lot coming down here now.
Search and rescue teams from around the country have arrived in Worcestershire, helping those stranded by the monumental floods. This is normally the main road into Upton upon Severn, but just look at it. It's totally flooded and the boat is the only way in. Hey! Just yesterday, I drove along here. It was dry, but the waters rose so fast that many people were unable to get out. It was a frightening night for some.
I was worried about our lives really because we was in raw sewage up to our waist yesterday trying to pull caravans out with other people and things, and it was just horrendous.
A straightforward rescue, but it's not always that way. A Sea King helicopter hovers over a house where a couple are trapped by raging floodwaters. They may need to be airlifted, but the woman is afraid. Then a team from Cheshire brave the strong current and pull them out. There's visible relief as they reach dry land.
Hold on to me. All right.
A load of heroes.
Turns out it was a woman I met yesterday. Then only her garden was flooded. Now the house is a mess, but she, her husband and their dog Henry are safe.
We tried to keep it out till 1:45 last night. We just come through the boards. It's never flooded before, never.
How frightening has it been?
Well, you can't think and you get cold, you know.
There are hazards in the deep flood waters, even for the rescue boats, and the sheer scale of the flood has kept them constantly busy.
We've been here now for 36 hours, and it's just a matter of working till you physically can't work anymore.
Yet they know they'll be back tomorrow. The waters are expected to get even higher. Rajesh Merchandani, BBC News in Upton upon Severn.
Well, let's find out what's going on in Gloucester. The River Severn there has swollen to record levels. It's only just about a foot below what the defences will stand. I asked Steve Nibbs a little earlier this evening what it was like.
We've been here all day and the water has been inching up very slowly. Lots of people have been out to take photos and video footage. You can have a look down to the river now just behind me. We've noticed that in the last hour at least the current has got a lot quicker and the water level is rising a lot quicker than it has done all day. People were expecting it to flood here in the city centre around 2:30, 3 o'clock, but we're now expecting another high tide around 9:30 to 10 o'clock, and obviously that's when the problems could come. And it's going to compound the problems that the military and the police have got at the moment, because behind me in the distance is an electricity substation. That's been flooded out since late this afternoon. There have been intermittent power cuts in the city centre. As I was driving here a couple of hours ago, all the traffic lights were going on and off, and it's threatening to cut off the power to around 300,000 people. That's on top of the problems they've got having a water shortage as well. We're going to lose water here in Gloucester, Cheltenham and Tewkesbury later on tonight as well. We've heard that the Navy are sending over 100 personnel just to help with this substation, to help pump the water out and keep it away with the expected high tide.
What about the city as a whole, though? I mean, individual places, there's obviously water coming through. It's knocked out, as you say, the substation. But what about the major part of the city? Is that also in danger?
It is in danger. There's the main route through Gloucester by Gloucester Prison called the Quayside, and that has been blocked off all day since about midday. Police and fire crews are down there. They've been out with sandbags, and when we were down there about half an hour ago, just checking on the latest situation down there, this is alongside Gloucester Prison. There was talk about evacuating the prisoners. We've not heard anything about that yet, but it was just coming up to just below the top sandbag, so they are worried about that situation down there. That's been a route that's been blocked off. They've also been evacuating people who live in Lower Quay Street and Quay Street in the town. They were flooded in the recent floods a month ago, but they've been evacuated again. I've seen people leaving with bags and getting in their cars trying to find emergency accommodation.
Steve Nibbs there reporting from Gloucester. Well, the Environment Agency have set up a helpline for anyone who's been affected by the floods. The number to call, it's on your screen, is 0845 988 1188. 0845 988 1188.
And they have a website too, if you want to log on to that instead, www.environment-agency.gov.uk. Also, there you can see it spelt out for you. Just put that into your browser. Now, let's take a quick look at the headlines at 10:15. As the flooding crisis continues to grip central and southern England tonight, Gordon Brown has chaired a meeting of the government's Cobra Emergency Committee.
350,000 homes in Gloucestershire are likely to be without water, and hundreds of homes are without power.
The army is being deployed in one of the worst hit areas in Worcestershire.
Now let's look at the flooding and what we can expect over the next few days. Chris Fawkes is with me from the BBC Weather Centre. Chris, before Friday's rain, some parts of the UK had already had twice the normal amount of rain. So it was already a very difficult situation for people.
Yeah, it was already an exceptionally wet month. And then, of course, Friday's rainfall happened where we had as much as 120, 140 millimetres in some places, 5 inches of rain. And that would normally be over twice what you'd normally expect to see in July anyway. So, of course, it's been an exceptionally wet month. And this just fallen onto sodden ground, this extra rain, and it's slowly drained into the river systems. And that's why we're seeing all the flooding at the moment.
And unfortunately, some places haven't seen the worst of it. So any amount of rain that falls is just going to exacerbate an already an extreme situation even further.
That's right, and it's not looking too good actually over the next few days. Certainly for Monday we're going to see some more rain pushing in across southernmost counties of England, and we're looking for maybe an inch of rain falling in some places from the Isle of Wight over towards parts of Suffolk and a line southeast of that. So for London, Berkshire could have as much as an inch of rain falling. But some of the worst flood hit areas in Gloucestershire, Worcestershire could see as much as 10 to 15 millimetres, and of course that's certainly not welcome rain.
What explains it then? What is it about the weather at the moment that's bringing so much rain our way in July, the middle of summer?
It's incredible. I mean, one thing that we normally get in a summer is the Azores High, and at the moment that's in the middle part of the Atlantic. That's responsible for bringing us some nice dry weather, 4 or 5 days of unbroken sunshine, but it's been notably absent this year. I remember it was here in April, but since then, May, June, July, we've not had it. We've had low pressure sat over the United Kingdom, and that's what's brought us all this really heavy rain.
And just very quickly looking ahead, is the whole of the summer likely to be this way?
I don't know about that. We just go ahead for the next week at the moment, and yeah, we've got more rain on Monday. Tuesday's going to be a dry day. Wednesday onwards, yeah, we've got more rain in the forecast, and yeah, we could see another 10 to 20 millimetres falling in places for the middle part of the week. So there's no dry spell in sight on the cards.
That's exactly what we need as well, and plenty of it. Chris, thank you.